Howdy, y'all. Wyatt here with Cowboy Whiskey Adventures. And I wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of bourbons. One is one that everyone seems to look for all the time, me included. Okay. And the other is one that I see sitting on the shelf all the time. And until recently, I hadn't tried it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about it and why I think it's just as good, if not just a little bit better, because I like bourbons that are just a little bit sweet. We'll talk about it right after this. Hey, welcome back in. Now, what I'm talking about is two 10-year bourbon whiskeys, both out of Kentucky. Both are fantastic. And one is kind of more elevated than the other. And the reason for that being, I think personally, is because it's just got a little bit more hype and people talk about it quite a bit. And what I'm talking about is the Eagle Rare 10-year. Now, people love this, all right? And I completely understand why they do. It's out of the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and it's made um, by the same people that make Weller's, they make Buffalo Trace, they make Blanton's, E.H. Taylor, George T. Stagg, and Sazerac Rye. It is an actual fantastic bourbon whiskey, and the tasting notes are kind of very similar to this other one, and it leaves a little bit on the finish for me that I don't care for as much. Still a fantastic pour. People love this thing, and I understand completely. But the other one that I am talking about, and I don't know how people are going to feel about this, but it's Russell's Reserve 10-year. Now, Russell's Reserve is actually made by Wild Turkey. And this small batch bourbon offers a boutique of vanilla spice followed with rich, creamy toffee on the palate and finishes quickly with just a touch of sweetness. And to me, that touch of sweetness is what I like more and elevates it a little bit more for me above Eagle Rare. And I know I might get a little bit of hate for this, but hey, everybody has their own palate. And for me, I tend to like the bourbons or the whiskeys that are just a little bit sweet. Now, not like overly sweet, okay? Because I've had some that I'm like, man, I would only eat that if I wanted to get on or drink that if I wanted to get on a sugar high. So it's kind of cool, I guess. A little bit about it is that it was what was it? Eddie and Jimmy Russell. So Eddie is the son of master distiller Jimmy Russell. And in 1981, Eddie Russell came on to join with the Wild Turkey family to be a part of that. And one of the things that he did was he created the Russell's Reserve. Now, that was actually done to celebrate Jimmy's 45th year in the Wild Turkey family, and that was in 98. In 2001, Wild Turkey Reserve debuted their 10-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon at 101 proof. And in 2005, Russell Reserve evolved into the 90 proof bourbon whiskey that you see on the shelves every day now. I'm going to do a quick pour of both of them. I'm going to show you the viscosity, and by the viscosity, that means kind of how it sticks to the glass, it rolls around, which transfers basically to your palate and your tongue, okay? And then they're really close to the same color. They're really close to the same flavors. But like I said, I think that the Russell's Reserve 10-year, for me personally, just has a little bit better flavor. And I don't know. Some people say that I'm nuts, but hey. So I will be pouring the Eagle Rare into my cool CWA Glen here, just a little bit. That should be about enough there. And then I'm going to pour this Russell's Reserve 10-year into the Glen that I just got from Troy and Laura of Baker Drinks. This is an awesome Glen, ain't it? I love it. And that's kind of an homage to to Troy, who actually loves Wild Turkey products. And he's actually the reason why I tried this. So I was kind of on the fence about it. But viscosity, as I was talking, basically the way it, when you roll it on the glass, that it sticks to it, transfers to your palate. So that is your Russell's Reserve, and this is your Eagle Rare. I don't know if you can really see, but it sticks really well. And the cool thing is that the color on these is very, very close. I mean, it's amazing just how close it is. But like I said, they're both 10-year and they're both fantastic pours. Now, the Eagle Rare for me, it has just that great bourbon smell on it, and I really like it a lot. It's got definitely the honey. To me, it has a little bit of a maple kind of smell to it as well. Some people don't get that. Of course, you get the oak out of it. But like I said, on the back end is where it kind of leaves me a little bit flat. Yeah, really good. It's got a tiny bit of sweetness to it, kind of like a nutty, I don't even know how, just to me, it has kind of that. They're both 90 proof as well, if you didn't know, which you probably do. And that is your Eagle Rare. Now, I'm going to take a little sip of water here just because I don't want to cheat myself here. And on to the Russell's Reserve 10-year. It just has a, to me, it has a better nose. But like I said, everybody is a little bit different. They both coat your palate about the same. They both kind of have that um, that spice, like the baking spice to it. But on the back end, the Russell's Reserve has the better flavor for me. And I don't know, some people won't agree with it, but like I said, everybody has their own palate, their own flavors, and what they like. For me, Russell's Reserve is easily found on every liquor store that I go into. It's always sitting on the shelf. People pass right by it, and this is just basically their 10-year-old reserve that's sitting on the shelf. It's not a single barrel, you know, it's easy to find. It's about $39. Now, with tax and everything out the door in Washington State, that's about 50 bucks. The Eagle Rare I can find for like $69, and that's like almost 80. Actually, it is a little over 80 out the door. So for me, for the price, for the flavor, for the taste, Russell's Reserve 10-year beats out Eagle Rare. I would love to know your thoughts on this. Do you think it's a better deal? Do you think it's a better flavor? What are your tasting notes? Do you like a sweeter bourbon whiskey, or do you like it with a little bit more of that oaky punch to it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. This is Wyatt with Cowboy Whiskey Adventures saying, we'll see you in the daylight. Cheers, my friend. That's good stuff.